everyone, and welcome to the Geomologist Presents. Today, we're going to continue our ongoing Twilight 2000 saga of the Free Krakow Coalition with their focus in their base of Krakow, or Krakow, as you pronounce it in the West. Last time, or the two times before, actually, so three times before, a couple of groups got their marching orders. I will highlight them. So Volkov up here. Volkov took one of his BTRs and 7 men, along with the M113 run by Liam Oliver and his crew, and they went up. They went from Krakow, or the JP2 airport, where they're headquartered, where the Free Krakow Coalition is headquartered, sort of. And then they went up to Olkush and then continued it on into the territory where the red line of the Soviet 20th, or as far as their patrols had been sighted. They had a cool, so that's 2 sessions ago, correct?
Yes.
That was interlude 1. And then interlude 2, these people got their same marching orders at the same time from Kasha and Ren, and they went south, not very far, and that was that these Marines with Sam went south with a couple technicals and a ZIL, and they went towards Vilshka, which is the site of the famous salt mines near Krakow, and then they are going to deal with a group of marauders that are coming from this direction. They're called the RR, the razors of some marauders of some destroyed some city that starts with an R. It's further to the east, and they're coming west, and they have their patrols and outriders have come through here, and this group met up with a group of outriders, and then Vlad and his men spoofed some people in the 20th and are returning with some prisoners and a couple of people they liberated. So I thought that was pretty cool. So meanwhile, back in Krakow, I'll introduce our player today. Dun, dun, dun. And that's Amy. Oops. Sometimes on the Zoom, I try to shift click on the Zoom and it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
So here they are. Ren and Kasha. And their actually headquarters are here in the Strodmishi. I think that's how you pronounce it. And they're about right here. That's where the Free Krakow Coalition has a clinic and a depot. And then they usually go from here through the streets of Krakow and out this road to, and just off the map, about 14 kilometers out from the city center is JP2 airport, which they're using as their headquarters. So that's crazy that Krakow has 2 major headquarters of armed folks here and here. So, yeah. All right. So while those guys are out, what does Kasha want to do?
Well, Kasha needs to take Ren. First of all, go for prayers in the morning, because this is day 82, October the 9th, 68 days since they arrived in Krakow. Approximately 8 a.m. because they would have just gotten back from the briefing at the airport where they sent off Volkov.
Crack of dawn, like 6 a.m.
Yes, Volkov and the men left at 6 a.m. The remainder left at 8 a.m. The Marines to go down to the south. Kasha and Ren will have their morning prayers to bless the travels with JP at the church.
Yep. Oh, yeah. This is kind of fun that one of my players developed for me.
Because Kasha and Ren keep losing people in their lives, and it is best to pray for safe return.
Right. Yeah, and recently, I guess the Free Krakow Coalition, after coming back from a defeat of a warlord to the north, Baron Jarny, the Black Baron, which actually, truth be told, I guess that should make Florian Filipowicz kind of happy. The
Yes, he's very.
Margrave of Silesia. Maybe that's something that can be reminded. But so they took out this guy here, this guy in an amazing coordination of events. They took out this guy here, Pyotr Rutkovsky, who they had learned was a Soviet KGB member out of the group in Lublin,
Alleged. I
allegedly.
should never heard
He
of
was
him.
he was unalived, and with the combined efforts of Vlad and Rupert. And it turned out he was working undercover and as a plant for this guy, for Heinrich Rapaki. I'll show a picture of.
But Ropecki did not know.
But Rapaki feigns ignorance. This is Rapaki. Here. He is still alive.
He is
So
not unalived yet.
he's not unalive. So this guy went to sleep. The world.
Mhm.
And so that happened early in that evening. And then later that night, this guy's compound was raided. And this is you can't you go right on your screen. That guy, his compound was raided by the Free Krakow Coalition, and
This was
with the help of the Warta, right? The help of the Warta, the police,
a little help from everybody.
the
He
Warta,
was-
and some of the Ormo, because the general,
He attacked the general.
attacked the
and
general
He tried to have Cocoa Puff
allegedly,
unalive the general.
but instead Stanislav met with some doom. Alas,
He's sleepy. They are all sleepy now.
so he is gone. So that is what the Free Krakow Coalition have been up to. All right, so you can roll me a 2d6 for your travels in the first thing there.
What do you want? 2d6?
2d6. 9.
3 and a 6.
9, and I get to look at my encounter
But we
table.
were only going from the compound over. Well, we were getting back. Is that why we were rolling?
Yeah. So 9, you see some people as you guys are coming back in your vehicles. You have armored vehicles. They don't really mess with you. They're people that are scavenging out in the city while you're passing by there early in the morning before the patrols of the Ormo and militia get out there.
Does it look like they are going to cause trouble?
You're coming back in probably the BMP, right?
Yes.
Yeah, well, right. That's what you probably are you coming back in the BMP. No, they're not gonna.
I would think Kasia would ask Diaz to stop so that she could talk to them.
Okay.
Because if they are out scrounging for food, we just brought the harvest in. Krakow takes care of their people. No need to scavenge.
Yeah, there's small parties of people searching unoccupied buildings for salvageable materials, which they exchange for food, or they try to find food in that area. Although, as you pass through, this is like harvested farmland now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's like, looks like a family. They're armed with spears, knives, and clubs. Okay, how are you gonna talk to them?
Kashi and Ren would ask them, "Are you in need of food, young friends?"
Yeah. So it's probably what Kasha, Ren, Diaz.
I think only Kashi and Ren would get out. Diaz would be in the BMP.
Okay.
I think the rest would probably be in the BMP, and Dimitri is probably hiding in the BMP because he's always stressed when Kasha's around.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess he was out there too. So there's probably like Dimitri's probably in a UAZ with some other of the Warta potentially.
Possibly, but
Yeah.
I think Dimitri would be in the BMP. That way he can sleep. Kashi gets him up too early in the morning, in his opinion.
Right. Let's see what happens here as you approach. And
In Kashi's mind, they are looking to make Krakow safe, so no need to have weapons to go look for things, and children need to be in school. She's working on getting that back in order,
okay.
hopefully. And of course, Florian wants the soccer field. Basically, the football field.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah,
Working
so what do you want? What are you going to give them? Food or bullets for to get food?
She wants to know what they are scrounging for so that she could help.
So they're scrounging for whatever's left after the harvest.
You are in need of food?
Because not yet, but it's supposed to be a hard winter.
Well, if you are in need of food, you should come to the church. God will provide for you, and in turn, so will Krakow.
He says,
We
I
do
don't,
not-
because I do not think so. We cannot even get past the checkpoints, much less go to the cathedral.
What checkpoint can you not get past?
The ones here in the ones in the to the inner city. So we are but poor scavengers, refugees out here in the wilds.
Give me a moment. She will ask for Dmitri to come out.
All right, so Dimitri comes out.
Dmitri, this poor family says they cannot get into the city to have aid and feeding the family. Said that they're not allowed past the checkpoints. This is the first I'm hearing of this.
There's Dimitri.
That's his character sheet. There's Dmitri.
Dun dun dun.
As you can see, he's always stressed by Kasha.
He's all stressed. Yep.
He's not stressed right at the moment. He was sleeping, but that is Dmitri.
So he says, well, he asks for their papers, and they say we don't have any papers. Because, well, if you are not Robotoniki and part of the roles, we cannot help you.
Dmitri, they are a starving family. I'm sure we can help them.
Says we cannot help everyone. Are you going to take these in as strays?
I like to collect strays.
Ren's like shaking his head.
Young sir, what skills do you and your wife have? I am in need of a school teacher, and we are always in need of able bodies to help rebuild homes and secure and... Do you have any training I should know of?
Yeah, there's like 6 people out here. They're like evaluating and looking at you guys. When you say bring that up, one of them says, yes, I used to teach school, but they're lying.
Where did you teach? What grade?
He's lying. I mean, he makes something up.
That is very interesting. What did you really do? You do not have to lie to me. If you have no skills that you used to use, we can find uses for you.
All right. The one with the spear says, "Why don't you give me your guns and make it easier?"
Why don't you put your spirit down as you don't even know who we are? I
I know
am
that you have that
trying
fancy vehicle.
I think at this point, Florian would be stepping forward and saying, I think you either need to tell us the truth or leave now. We are not opposed to turning people away, but we are looking for people that are willing to help. Not willing to help, leave. Willing to help, speak the truth.
Roll intimidation, I guess command for him. He has command, right?
He should.
We're never gonna get this done. Right.
Here's a B.
Yeah, roll.
Can he push the D8?
Yeah, you can push the 8. All right. They start running away.
All right, now we can go. Back in the BMP. Let's go.
All right. So do you anything? So you get there without further incident. You see people at the checkpoints, and of course, I mean, you're passing as you're coming. So this as you're coming, you wave to like probably like a vehicle, most likely coming from this direction, across the fields to take up position here, because now they start guarding during the day, that type of thing. And of course, these here checkpoints are populated. You pass the remains of Goose's compound.
I'm sure they've cleaned that up by now.
Yeah, there are probably some people picking through it, but there's guards around. There's Ormo around, so it's sanctioned, I guess. Yeah, so a lot of probably troops coming, filling out these like A's and D's and C's and all that. So the checkpoints and emplacements. Just like where most of the military is in Krakow. And then of course in their duty stations. All right. So anything you want to cover with the Pope?
Yes. Garcia wants the Pope to pray for the missions, for the teams that have been sent out, for Volkov and his team, for peace and prosperity and safety, and for them to reach resolution, and for the Marines to be safe in their endeavors and bring peace to the area and allies. And also she would like to pray for Julian and Maria. Although she's not really a big fan of Julian, it is after all her brother and sister-in-law, and she would like to pay her respects and pray for their safety and for healing, because she is now of the understanding that they lost one of their children.
Oh, did they?
Thought they lost one of their boys.
Maybe. I don't know.
Thought they have 3 and now they have 2. And she also would like to talk to the Pope about setting up maybe to start having a Christmas celebration where we get the town together to pray.
So that would be great, but isn't that up to whoever is in charge?
You leave that to me. God can make all kinds of miracles happen. Do you not believe that, Father?
Well, of course.
And I'd also like to pray that God bless Ren and I with 3 children. I've named 2 in my minds, but one I have not named yet.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so he
Him
does all that. There's really no need to
to roll.
say, so, well, I'm willing to do something. Just let me know.
Okay, well, obviously it'll be Christmassy.
Mhm.
And if it's snowing, then we will have a snowball fight. That is always fun. Make snow angels in front of the church. It would be kind of funny. But I need to go speak to Ropeki now. But I thank you, Father, for your prayers and guidance.
Oh, here we go. Here's what happened. I guess you're right. He did lose it. They did lose the son
He said so on the last call
back in
with
April. Yeah, back in April. Yeah. Did he say how?
he just said to Marauders.
Oh,
Said it's
you don't
always
think he was, but he was telling the truth.
I
That was
don't
his son, Roman.
I do not know if he was telling the truth, but I will trust him at the moment. Now I need to go talk to Ropeki. She should be close to the church, I believe.
Mhm. Yeah. So now next we go talk to this guy here.
Ropeki. He looks a little like Leo DiCaprio. Little bit.
Um,
This time she will not send a note. She and Ren will show up.
yeah.
They'll have their guns harnessed, but easy to pull out, but don't think it's necessary right now.
Right. So, all right. So you get there. What is your goal there?
Kashi would like to speak to Ropeki alone. I know he has to take a guard with him, that is fine, but mostly does not want a lot of ears around.
Oh, so you and Florian are gonna go talk to him.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, he doesn't have he has a guard outside the door.
So
He
Ropeki,
already found a replacement for uh Rakovsky.
yes.
Okay.
Ropeki, I would like you to look me directly
He
in the
says
eye,
he says, please call me Henrik.
Henry. Henry, please look me directly in the eyes and assure me that you have nothing to do with Dublin KGB.
He goes, no, I did not know that. I mean, if what you say is true, that this my former accountant was a KGB informant, spy maybe.
Somewhat.
Because I do appreciate you getting rid of Stanislav. Now we can have good business in Krakow.
That is what I want to speak to you about. I have a few things, a laundry list of things that I need to speak to you about. One is talking to them at the ammunition depot about taking my training plane, maybe making it possible to drop little bombs from it. That's laundry list number one. And I can give you some mortar shells that you can turn into bombs. That's laundry list number two, but that is least important on the list of things I need to talk to you about. Ren and I want to talk to you about Krakow. I see that you run a good business. You seem to be truthful and honest with me, which is good. And I would like to see if you would lead Krakow as their maybe, shall we say, we use an American word, a mayor, I guess, governor. I don't like the word wargrave, seeing as we're trying to have a council to run Krakow, but one has to be over the council. I guess councilman, whatever you wish to call yourself.
Well,
Because I
he
feel
said
as though
that is Yosef's.
I do not believe that Yosef will be with us much longer. He's very sick, Henrik. I believe he has a sickness that he cannot recover from, which was my specialty. I believe it is cancer. And maybe even nuclear poisoning, but I have not been able to run tests, but it is getting worse. The hallucinations, his skin keeps changing. It is not going to be a good situation. So I need somebody that I can trust to help run the council so that the general can run the military. I need those tanks back to where they can do what they need to do. So if you could possibly humor me.
So,
Yes?
well, what are you rolling something?
No,
Yeah, you can roll your empathy.
I will after we take a brief pause.
All right. Sorry, I meant persuasion.
Okay, that's better for me anyway.
This, oh. He
Is
says,
it?
well, I will. So for the first order of business, bombs, you say, a plane.
Yes, I have a
I
training.
had heard that you had a helicopter to rival that. That is at the Wobble. Maybe
Yes, we
even a
have a
better
hind.
helicopter.
Yes, well, you know,
You're very
I would
trusting. You're very trusting that you're telling me all this information. That
be,
that
it is
Yosef is
not a
sick.
secret. Everybody knows about it right now, but it better not leave Krakow.
Well, I will make you an offer, or I will make an introduction to those at the artillery factory.
We will be of need of them to do that. Would they also be the ones that will put the tracks back on the tanks?
No, you'd have to talk. That's he laughs because that's not me you need to talk to. That's the general
I will talk
and
to
the other
him. I need to
commanders.
talk to him anyways. But more importantly, can I trust you to oversee the council for Krakow?
Because if I don't know how you will convince Yosef to step down, but I can start talking to others in the Rada, and the next time we meet in the town hall, um,
I do not see it as a problem. I am sure by the next town hall meeting, perhaps Yosef will introduce you as speaking on his behalf.
yeah.
But I would like to trust you with this. And my husband has question for you too.
He does.
Yes. Ren wants to know, how do you feel of my brother? Is he trustworthy?
Um, he says he is. I feel like he is ambitious. We have sent convoys to trade with Cilicia, but since the recent incident, they are kind of not wanting to trade. So we are, but fortunately, thanks to you, we now have trade all the way to, well, maybe Piotr has something to do with that too. We have trade all the way up the Vistula to Sandomir's, Lubulin. Hopefully in the spring we can, now that I hear that the Vistula is clear of troubles, perhaps we can even trade up to Warsaw. So you've opened up a large part. Now to the north, we can't do anything up towards Lutz because of the Soviets and Americans still fighting it out up there. But so the Rada consists of 15 members, 8 of whom was signed required by city law for an official quorum. They try cases. They're responsible for adjudication.
Mm-hmm.
They're under the leadership of Yosef the Dovogda, Dovadka.
Yes.
He's not really a member of the body, but he was put in by unanimous vote. So
Well, Henry, we need a school for our children again. And we need jobs for people to do. Rebuilding things, move the hospital back to where everybody can access it.
he says, if you can help me with the senior members, Leszek Ostrowski, Andrzej Szostek, Vasil Vorschla, and Kazimir Zrezek, well, I need money. Bribes.
You just need their support, correct? You
Yes.
don't care how I get it, correct?
No.
Because one more secret I will share with you is I am a former sparrow for the KGB.
Wait, so
And
the KGB is still here?
I am KGB, but I do not wish to be KGB, but I was trained to be that way.
Oh, you're a defector.
And if you would like to call it that way. I didn't have a choice getting in the first place. Shall we say I was recruited very young when the KGB killed my parents, but it's a whole story for another day. Florian never liked the fact that I was part of it. I have worked very hard to get out of it, but it comes in handy when I need it. Is there more around? Because, you know, your former sleeping friend said that he got his orders out of Lublin. Did we
No,
not?
I do not know of anyone else, but I will I will have an ear open and I have some of my people making sure we are consolidating Goose's holdings and trying to recruit some of his people, the ones that pass our tests, if you know what I mean. We do not want those kind of elements necessarily.
I do not. But I think the old college, half of it could be a school and half can be college again, correct?
Because I think those are good things to bring to the Rada.
Yes.
The time comes. Right now, they're only concerned about feeding as many people as they can as the winter is approaching.
Yes, and I think we should send out
Yeah.
hunting parties to get extra meat.
Well, of course.
Some of our men can help with that, the ones that are not busy at the moment.
More importantly,
It's
we need to take care of what I hear is happening to the north
the
and
20.
east. I mean, Cilicia won't attack us, and we need to smooth things over with them. I believe Krakow is too strong, but I am no military man. However, I hear of marauders from the east and the Soviets in the north.
Those we are taking care of. I would like to send the Russian tank group from the 20th home to Russia.
Oh, he says, is
I'm not-
Marion going to be a problem?
Yes, I'm sorry?
Is Marion going to be a problem?
Yosef's girlfriend?
Yes. Or his senior Warta captain, Adam
Why
Sijwecki.
would they be a problem? They are
I don't know.
personal friends.
They could lose power, right?
Power is something that comes and goes. And your power is usually aligned with one thing or another. I do not believe Marian wishes to be in the situation she is in. But I will speak with her. I have to speak with her about what is going on with Yosef anyways, except I think he already knows. But I also need to speak to the general about, I need him to get our military to where it is a military and not dug in, protecting such a small area. If Krakow is going to be a center of influence, we cannot protect such a small portion of the city.
Yep.
Anything else you need from me?
Because
Henry?
I am no fighting man, but I will help what I can.
How long do you
You've
think it
already
will
done me
take for the
great
plane?
service. You already done me great service without asking. So I feel I owe you in a way.
Yes, well. You might think differently when you see how many strays I tend to come home with. She'll laugh, and Ren will just shake his head. And he'll say she's not kidding on that one. She comes home with a lot. I can't let her out of my sight. One of these days, she's going to come home with 30, 40 children that she just finds on the side of the road.
Who, Florian saying that?
Yes,
Okay.
laughing.
Right.
He would love every minute of it, though.
All right. So he's going to give you an introduction. One of those people that he named on the council is probably, one of those people.
Okay.
One of the senior members. Yeah. And then, yeah. So Dimitri, just to let you know,
Yes.
right? So the Warta, of whom Dimitri is a member, so it consists of a 5-man headquarters and 3 15-man platoons.
Mm-hmm.
The headquarters is Adam, his lieutenant, 2 clerks and a messenger. Each platoon, and I guess Dimitri is his lieutenant, I believe.
Yes, I believe so.
No, wait, no. His lieutenant was Alexander Pashkowitz, but he was unalived by Reed way back, skulking through the halls of the Wawel, and he turned out to be a KGB agent.
Yes.
Yeah, so the oh, that's right. And Jonesy took care of the other guy, unalived Quebecy. That's right.
Yes.
Right. So so Dimitri's now his lieutenant in the organization. So there's each platoon, so 3 15-man platoons. Each platoon has a sergeant, 2 6-man rifle squads, and a light machine gun section. One of these rifle squads is on duty and has a pilot and is in charge of the Mi-17. Just FYI.
That will make Kasia smile.
Yep.
Because she does like to fly. Volkov doesn't always let her borrow his little helicopter. And Vlad loves to go out for a good flight.
Well, they have an in. Let's say they have an in. So there's the light machine gun section rotates through, and it's always someone. So it's always the Warta who helps with that. So
Kasia needs to speak to the council members later, but she needs to talk to Joseph and Maria first. Probably Maria first.
Mary.
But the general is more pressing.
Right. So the general is he's probably at the castle still now. Moved from the hospital to the castle by now, right?
Well, I mean, he's out at the hospital.
Yeah. Well, the hospital is in the castle grounds anyway.
Right, but we want that moved back into the city.
Well, I don't know. That's a long-term fight. Maybe there can be 2 hospitals. All right. Because you guys have a generator too, so.
Yes, we have 2 of them.
Oh, I did find out about the Ormo here. Good.
So
Just harder to, huh?
So now they need to go down to the castle, correct?
Yes, you go to the castle now. And we're meeting with the general.
Can Kasia get rid of her stress from yesterday?
Yeah, I took it off already.
Oh, I thought it was still there.
So you're meeting with this guy, right?
Yes. Oh, you did take it off.
I took it off.
Yes, we are meeting with him.
Okay. So he's so the Ormo, right, there is a regular military in Krakow. And on paper it has a strength of 6,900, but probably smaller now. So
Maybe by about 500, maybe. I mean, some of the people that were considered KGB were not, and some
Yeah, but
were slept and some left.
really, okay. So on paper, it's a strength of 6,900. So let's have I'll have Florian and Kasha probably have done some digging.
I'm sure they have
So I guess that would be tech roll.
from both of them.
Um, I think you could use tech or recon, but both intelligence rolls, like logistics. I'm thinking. I guess logistics is probably under recon, but probably recon might be the best. Let me
So
see.
you want recon from both of them?
I'm gonna check because I thought there was like a logistics specialty.
Depends on what they're looking for. Is Florian's stress gone too?
No,
I
he
think.
just got stressed.
When did he just get stressed? Oh, from the roll?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with my PDFs, but they're getting hung up.
He does not have anything. Not that a recon roll for this would be bumped up by, because he's not trying to remain undetected.
Right.
But we were using recon to get information, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So you want recon from both?
Yeah. Hopefully my
Gosh, does she need to re-roll the
you
D10?
just need one success. That's fine.
She got that. And then
Jeez, come on.
Florian. He's also successful. He got the 12 on a 12.
Right. So,
She got the 9 on a 12. So they're successful.
okay. Well, I mean, I was going to give you the information, but now my PDFs are hung up. I don't know why.
That's okay.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm sure we could take a little pause. For us, it will take a few minutes, and for our listeners, it'll be almost instant.
All right. I think we fixed our technical difficulties. But before we left, Kasha and Florian had made recon rolls. So as they've been back to Krakow, how they can definitely finally assess the strength of the Ormo in Krakow after being there for a few days, coming back from Warsaw. So on paper, the Krakow Ormo has a total strength of 6,900 men and women when fully mobilized. Of these, about 1,366 are standing regular armed troops. They've lost some because of the purges, the KGB infiltration that the Free Krakow Coalition in its nascency had stopped in that marauder plot to destabilize Krakow. 3,320 are part-time militia, and 606 are military, logistical, and support troops. So of this number, though, 1,600 are unarmed laborers. So about 475 armed militia are active at any given time. So the Ormo has a combatant force of about 1,850, and people would have to be called up. So your group adding another 300 is kind of significant. So the number of support personnel seems high under the circumstances. In reality, so I guess this is maybe it's a silver lining. Many municipal services are provided by the units of the Ormo, so the militia and its organization. So it parallels the municipal government and acts as like workers for the municipal government. While the Rada determines policy, it's the Ormo which actually executes and exerts its power to shape the policy. So, and they have infantry and all the other stuff, you know. So the tank thing, I think that's what you wanted to know about.
Right, I need to talk to the general about putting the tracks back on the tanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's 14 immobile tanks dug in at strong points of the 20 or so tanks that they have, or 21 or so tanks that they have. Yeah, so they have like 2 T-80s and 5 T-72s that are mobile.
Okay.
And then the rest are dug in. So 5 T-80s are dug in, and the other, whatever that is. So there's 7. The other, um,
8, 9,
yeah,
9.
8 or 9 T-72s are dug in. So, yeah,
Okay.
so that's what's going on. Okay, so we get to the general.
General, I need to speak with you if you can spare a moment, please.
Goes, yes, yes, my leg, now that it's getting colder, it hurts.
That will happen, but the swelling should be a little less.
He still has, a,
Cast on.
a cane and a limp,
Yes.
or has a boot on.
Do you need me to change any bandages or give you
Oh,
pain
no.
medication?
No, the medical staff here in the bottle are fine with that. How can I have this? And I'll show you a picture of the general.
You did. You did right before we took our pause.
Yeah, but these people need to, while he's talking, they need to see what it looks like.
Yes. Well, General,
Done.
I need to speak to you about roles here in Krakow. We have 14 tanks that do not have tracks on the bottom.
No, well, they are dug in.
Yes, but how are we supposed to have a fighting force if more than half of our tanks are not usable?
Well, it's a defensive force. Why do we need?
Because I'm asking you
tracks?
very nicely to put the tracks back on.
Say the tracks and the engines are removed and the engine compartment used for additional ammo. So rangefinders and radios have also been removed. It's worse, actually. And the autoloaders have been cannibalized on the tanks. So each vehicle at full readiness has a commander, a gunner, 1 loader, and 1 operator.
But I'm going to ask you to put the tanks back together,
Because
please.
we do not have the parts.
I am sure we can scrounge for them as long as you can get them at least somewhat mobile. Half of battle is intimidation.
He says, well, we have a lot of spare parts, such as track links, and we have a few extra engines last I heard, but
I am sure with Henrik's help, we can rebuild these tanks.
well,
We have the Russian 20th to our north. We have the ones coming from the salt mines to attack us. We cannot be sitting ducks like this, General.
and
I want to trust you so much, but I need you to give me the assurance that you can handle running the military.
we have artillery, heavy ordnance.
It is not enough.
They have
A military
14
is
artillery
made up of
batteries,
multiple units.
howitzers, anti-tank guns.
And what good are those if we can never move them somewhere?
Well, they can move. We have 2 MRLSs.
Anyways, General, I think that if your specialty is going to be the military, that is what you need to focus on.
Is that my order, Kasha?
I would like to think that it is me trusting you. And I will ask Yosef what his opinion is, but I thought Yosef put you in charge of the military. And does Yosef know that you took the tanks apart? That makes us look weak.
She says, I do not know what goes on in that man's mind.
That sometimes makes 2 of us.
He says, well,
if I get
we
you
also have Cilicia to the west, and I hear that they have tanks.
Yes, and their tanks move, and they have engines in them.
I will.
Please, promise me you will put the tanks back together. I can help you get the parts. Henrik can help you get the parts.
Well, yes. Anything you can bring, that would be great.
Because I think it is about time that we talk about how to run Krakow. We have the commission set up. Multiple people come together with 1 leader, and we make decisions as a committee.
But
You
that's
can
what the
make the
RADA
decisions
does.
about the
Sort of.
military. Yes, that is the Rota. And when you come to report to them, I want you to be able to report that our military is secure. Our tanks are mobile. Our guns are stocked with ammo. Our people are trained and our city is safe.
Well,
Yeah.
the tanks work.
They don't move and they cannot fire.
They can fire.
They don't have an automatic racket. They do not have an automatic installation to put the ammo in. Just got on telling me you took them out along with the engines.
Well, yes, but we have a loader and a telephone operator. There's phone lines that have been laid into each tank.
We don't need
It
them.
it is genius. It is a network of big kabooms around the city.
We need the radios back into the tanks.
Well,
Please, General.
find me some tanks to scavenge parts off.
That I can
I
help.
hear the RR has a tank.
They have one. That I've seen. I will do my best to take it. But that does not help with everything.
Spare parts?
I will do my best.
You have a tank.
I am not going to scrap my tank over that. Our tank moves, our tank is lethal. These tanks are not lethal. You have 5 T-80s dug in with no track on them, no engine.
But
You
we
have
have
9
two that are operational.
T-72s.
But 4 are operational.
I do not wish to spend my time arguing with you, General. Please.
I'm sure you need something else. I'm sure this is not. We will see what we can do. We have, like I said, several extra engines. We can at least work on getting 3 or 4 back up.
That is a good start. Then you can leave lists with Henry. I'm sure he will assist you in getting you what you need.
As well, I know that you guys got us an extra engine. Are you keeping that for yourself before you went to wherever it is you went?
Are you talking about the second generator that we have?
No, you guys captured a tank.
Oh,
Oh, you found a burned out tank and Diaz scrounged the parts.
yes, you can have all of those. We don't need those.
Okay,
Diaz
good.
can help
That's
you
at
put
least
the tank
4.
together. You can focus on the T-80s first.
Well, I think that one was for a T-72, but
Then you can put one in a T-72.
I don't know how this stuff works. But
Mhm.
I will have my engineers get on it and my
Yes,
maintenance
please.
men. We do have a lot of maintenance men.
Yes, you do. I've met some of them. And the helicopter that you have. We have developed fuel for our helicopter and our plane that is made from fossil fuels. Are you in need of fuel for the helicopter?
Oh yes, we could use the fuel.
And do you have a few men that you can spare with a few men of mine that I can send out? We found a fuel depot, shall we say? Just up the Vistula that I am sure we can get up there, collect that, and bring it back, and then we will have more gasoline. And I do not know if there is airline fuel there, but it might not be necessary since we are making our own now. But I need you to keep me abreast as to what else you need, that maybe we can barter with our alliances and we will all be better for it.
Because
But
well, this fuel depot, yes, we could definitely exploit that. I will set oh yes, I will get one of my engineers on that.
that would be a good idea. Do you have a way to move the fuel? A fuel truck? We only have one fuel truck. Do you have one?
No, but we could, I guess, get barrels together.
Yes, we will work on that. I will leave you now. I need to talk to.
Oh, I thought you needed something else out of character.
I don't remember what else I was.
To deal with the RR, you wanted to have some people to help.
Oh, okay. Yes, General, I'm sorry, I forgot to ask you for some troops to help with the RR. Do you have any, I know you have scouts in the area, but I have my team waiting to do yet another ambush. But if you can send a couple of your tanks that are working, maybe we can run them forward and take what we need. Assert some power. Make people a little more scared to attack Krakow than they are right now.
Oh, wait, they do have. Okay. Because we do not have tanks, but our machinery company, we have equipment. We have 5 bulldozers, 2 large graders, 8 5-ton dump trucks. We can put barrels in those, 6 compressors, and some generators, and a large crane.
Yes, that will be helpful at the people.
So they have like construction equipment.
Yes, that will be good. Because we also can start getting people to rebuild the town back to what it was.
Because we also have the 3rd construction company that can help harvest or recover this oil for you.
Yes. Us. For us. The people of Krakow. We are in us. We are not individuals. We are all Polish.
All right, so.
And eventually I would like to move the hospital back where it needs to be. It is fine to leave a small clinic here at the castle, but how are we supposed to treat our people with injuries and sickness if no one's allowed care from a doctor except those that stop by our clinic?
So is a scout platoon adequate?
You tell me. You're the general, are you
Well,
not?
the 8th Recon at this place here. The 8th Recon, they have OT 65s and 64s and a BMPC.
That would work.
All right.
I do not think it's a
I will
very
send runners for them to meet you where?
They could read my Marines. I am sure later tonight they are supposed to send me coordinates as to where you can meet them.
Right,
They are near the salt mines.
yes.
I'm sure you
Oh.
know where that is. You have
Yes,
recon groups all over down.
We've been trying to incorporate that town into our sphere of influence.
Yes.
The salt must flow.
It should be. And it will. We have made contact and already assisted them. So this should not be a problem going forward. But I will bid you good day. I'm sure you have lots to work on. Oh, and I am going to see if the Pope can set up maybe a midnight mass for Christmas time. It'd be nice for you and your family and your troops to attend.
That's okay.
Have you met the Pope yet?
No, I have not.
I
will send runners to contact you, but I'm sure the recon platoon can go out there. But you said they had a tank. Did you want us to send a tank?
They have a tank.
Well, do you want us to send a tank?
Maybe
Do you have any anti-tank?
We do, yes.
Okay, so you'll take care of the anti-tank stuff.
Yes. By myself and Volkov.
We do have an anti-tank guided missile battery.
That would be a good thing to send. But let's talk about sending that up north to handle the 20th.
Oh, the 20th. We need men for the 20th too.
I don't think we need as many men for the salt mine issues as we do for the 20th. But I would like to set up an ambush for them, because if we whittle them away little by little, and we get to the head of the snake and sleep it, the remainder of the snake can be sent home. If you gather what I'm saying.
Well, we've had a lot of switching around, but perhaps we can send an infantry company.
I have also asked Julian to send some troops as well.
Delicia?
Yes, of course, Delicia. You must treat them as friends until told otherwise. You do know that Julian is Florian's brother. Or
I
did
think
you
you
not?
told me, but I may have been on drugs at the time.
I am sure you were in a lot of pain. Yosef helped put you in pain. But I hope that our continued friendship will be worthwhile for both of us.
You will be doing the bulk of the fighting. We are just there to assist.
Yes, we have a lot of, shall we say, Russian materials. And Volkov has already told them that he has joined their force, so we are hoping to exploit that.
You and your Russians and Americans, it's unnatural. Fighting together, living under the same roof.
I think Ren would get up to him and say, "Excuse me, that's my wife."
I thought you were Polish.
He is, but she's Russian.
No, I know. I thought you were Polish. That's what he says to you. You're half
I am half Polish and I am also
51%. You are 51% Polish, at least.
yes, I am.
All right. So so two scout car platoons would be good. With 8 men and eight OT-64s each, that's 16 people. And then they'll send also an anti-tank battery, which will be one of the ground-mounted AT-5 missiles and 6 men, I guess.
Yes. You're sneakiest man. But I will bid you good day. I do need to check on Yosef and his lady.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So Marion is still in the castle. If you wanted to, you could stop by with Dimitri and check. You can track down Dimitri and check
I
out.
could probably fill in Adam because I'm sure he's with
Oh yeah, Adam. That's right. And you can have Adam go down and talk to the helicopter peoples.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think. Oh, I do. Wait, I do.
Because I would think that she also has to talk to Yosef.
I should have done this earlier.
Okay.
You guys down here. Bum bum bum.
There we are.
Yep. All right. And that's where you met the general.
Yes.
Right. And the FKC compound is like, I'll shift click it up there.
Okay. Yes.
And the Vovel is down here. Right. Okay. I feel like I thought I had another map of like the actual castle, but I don't think that's necessary at this point.
It's not necessary right now. We're trying to move things out of the castle.
Yes. I don't
Back where they belong.
Yeah, I don't know if I had a handout of the castle. It's possible. I might have had one early on.
Yeah, but not necessary right now.
Anyway. Here's Marion. Dun dun dun.
And I'm assuming she would talk to Marion first, Marion and Adam first.
Yeah. I mean, Adam's there, right?
Yes.
I mean, you can give me an empathy roll. Both of you and Florian can do an empathy roll. Just straight empathy.
She can push it.
Well, you see if Florian makes,
Well,
or he's
it does
bad.
not like rolling empathy for me today, no matter
Yeah,
who I'm rolling
he's
it on.
bad at. See,
Yeah, they're neither one is empathetic
you
today.
can push it.
I'll push him first.
Okay.
No, it takes.
Mhm.
Um,
Yukasha has a good chance.
I know, but she's
50%.
not been doing well.
There you go.
There she goes.
Um, I don't know. You get the impression that Marion might be moving on.
I'm assuming with Adam.
Potentially, yes.
That would be Kasha's opinion.
Yep. Okay. I mean, do you see them kind of talk to, like, when you guys come in to where the Yosef is, place in the castle, and they're like talking and kind of, you would think it's a little flirtatious, and then when you guys get there, they're like, snap to. He goes, "Oh, how can we help? Oh, Kasha, you are back. How long have you been back?"
A few days. I think it is time for us to talk. And Adam, you do not need to leave.
Oh, I will get Yosef.
Not yet.
He is sleeping right now.
Not yet. I
He's
will
taking a
speak to
nap. He
him.
is taking a nap.
Yes, I'll speak to him later. I think it's important to talk to you and Adam first. First things first, I will get business out of the way. Adam, we have developed a fuel that can be used in the helicopters and planes. We will get some to you to utilize for the helicopter that you have. That should help. I've already spoken to the general about putting the tanks back in order. But then,
He goes, well, the helicopter is it's a HIP, Mi-17
yes,
Soviet transport helicopter.
yes, I understand that. We could also outfit it to do more than just transport people. Should have at least one machine gun on it.
It has
But
6 UV, has rocket pods.
yes,
Oh, they have rockets.
yes.
Okay.
But more importantly, Adam,
Oh my
I would
gosh,
like,
Amy, they have a store of rockets.
I'm sure they do.
You could reload. All right. Yeah.
Yes. I'm sure Adam has given them some. He knows they have a hind. But
I'm
Adam,
gonna
I would like to propose to Joseph that Henrik Rupecki be the one that steps into his place to help run Krakow. He's a business person. I do trust the general, but he needs to focus on the military. I don't think he can run Krakow as well as Ropecki. Ropecki has the connections we need, the networks that would be helpful. That will allow the general to basically focus on what he needs. Are you in agreement?
Yes, that is a great idea. That's what will
Good.
happen to the Warta though, when the general, well, if Yosef steps down, who do we protect, or are we just castle guard?
I would think you would take a branch of the Ormo. You tell me what you wish to do. Seems to me like we could always use a stronger police force, because I'd see the Ormo not being police. But you
Special
think on
police.
it.
We have helped you in your operations. We are willing to help.
Yes, of course.
Make sure, Adam says, make sure that you are doing what is good for the
Good for the people of Krakow
yes.
or good for Dimitri? Because I think he just gets stressed as soon as I walk into the room. I have that effect on people.
Mhm.
But to not so light things to discuss, I would like to move the hospital back outside of the castle, leaving some here to treat Yosef, as I have a feeling Yosef is suffering from end-stage cancer.
Mhm.
He's delusional, he's becoming aggressive. I have left pills in the past for him to take to calm him down, but it was basically like a chemotherapy. I brought some back for him to try when I came back.
Yeah.
But they have had no effect, unfortunately. And I feel end days are coming. And I don't wish to tell the people of Krakow this, but I do think it is something we need to prepare our town for. And I have asked the Pope to set up, to possibly do a midnight mass for Christmas. And if you think it would be a reasonable idea, maybe we should set up a candlelight vigil for the whole town to pray for those that have been lost and for the safety of those that are still alive. What do you think?
Because, well, that would be great.
Do you think I need to bring this up to Joseph?
No, Marion says, no, I can talk to him about it. I think he would like that.
Because I think Oropeki would have his interests at heart. Gus wanted to have his general killed and was willing to also take out little Joseph and give him the permanent sleep. But that has all been stopped and taken care of now. And as far as your question, Adam, maybe you can have the Warta be a special force with the Ormal. Or that oversees the
Well,
Orm.
I like the idea of being a special police force and
Yes.
keeping it intact. I mean,
Yes.
are we supposed to then, if you put Rapeki as the new leader, mayor of Warsaw, because I'm not going to try to pronounce that other name, are we to protect him then? Is he moving to the castle?
I don't
Does he
think
hold the
anybody
castle?
needs to live in the castle.
Because what about you, Florian? Are you putting yourself as leader of Krakow?
I do not think we need two Filipoviches running two different cities now, do you think so?
Shrugs his
I
shoulders.
am trying to gain, I don't want to say respect for my older brother, but peace with him. I think he wants to run all of Poland, and maybe he can, but I think his ambitions are too mighty right now. He's not looking at creating alliances, which is what you have to have in order to run a country cohesively. But if you ask me to run Krakow, I will to the best of my ability. But at the heart of life, I am a football player. I would like to see the football field put back into use. If we're talking about my desires.
Okay.
But I will do whatever is asked of me. If that is your wish, Adam, I will do it.
All right. Well, Adam says, do you want me to, do you ask him about the helicopter at all? Or he can introduce you to the pilots.
I mean, he can introduce us to the pilots. We have ours. She just basically wanted to make sure that they've got the fuel, tell them about the fuel depot that the general is going to go send people.
Yeah. Well, he tells you about the helicopter. He says, we do have two full 915-liter tanks in the hangar, but right now it is only fueled to get to, it is not fueled at all, really. They're afraid someone might steal it.
I fly.
And it would take about 30 minutes to top it off with the actually it only takes about 5 minutes to top it off, or at least to fill it with one of those tanks.
Well, we keep ours topped off because generally speaking, if we are taking our hind up, it is dire circumstances and we need to be wherever we need to be quickly. Which brings me to the 20th. And she'll lay out the plan of taking care of the 20th and how Volkov is up there, and we're going to try and spoof them into thinking Volkov has joined their group and pick people off one by one and then ask the 20th to go home to the fight in Russia.
So you will use the helicopter?
Don't think we need to touch your helicopter. We have our own,
Yes.
but
Then should we use a helicopter to the east?
if you wish,
Hmm.
you may do what you wish. I am asking Ropeki to outfit my training plane to where I can drop bombs. And I've given him some mortars to turn into bombs. We have an outstanding amount of 120 millimeters that we can drop.
How about
So
rocket pods?
you want me to take some rocket pods? I have
No, we
rock.
have. Because I don't know. Actually, I don't know if those things can be loaded with a rocket pod. Probably. We should look.
I think it would be easier since it is a lightweight aircraft to have it just drop bombs.
Okay.
Our Hind uses rockets, yes,
Yeah.
very
They have some.
effectively.
Well, let me know if you need it refilled. We'll see what we can do.
I look forward to a wonderful partnership with you two. And just so that it's stated, I will not tell others that you
Oh.
two are close, because that is the way Ren and I used to be for years. It just was never the right timing for us up until recently. 11 years we fought to be together. I hope it does not take that long for you two.
Yes, well, he takes you out to introduce you to the people who run the helicopter, or he introduces you to them. They're probably around the castle. Maybe one of them is actually at the hip itself, the Mi-17. So Anton Krivda, he's actually ex Soviet.
Good eve.
Yep. Andrei Walzek, formerly a Polish army captain. He's the original pilot of the hip. But he's
And you
been
guys
sort of
are
he's been
originally
inactive.
from, are you guys originally from Russia? Because I trained in Moscow and then a little bit north of Moscow in some secret locations. But I'm just curious if maybe you knew my Russian father, shall we say? He calls himself my Russian father because my parents were killed. Would you have known Alexei?
Yeah, so Anton is the chief mechanic, and then sorry, there's no Andre.
That's okay.
Actually, he tells you that there's a man named Andre who works at the bicycle factory, who used to be he's the original pilot of the hip. Actually, you can ask for
Interesting.
Andre's machine. Tell him you want him back. He's been inactive. Then there's Tomas Kowalski. He is the USS personal pilot if he ever needs one.
Hmm.
And he's he's in the Volvo. He's loyal to us. And then another guy I've heard is Alexander Washowitz, Washowitz. But I hear that he will not work with Soviets, so we haven't contacted him because I think it would be Anton and Tomas who fly the thing. Of course, a gunner would be necessary, so some of our men would fly it of the wartime.
If you need assistance, I can
Marion says
pilot
perhaps.
a helicopter, and my husband is a very good gunner.
I thought you were taking care of the stuff to the north while we take care of the stuff to the east.
Yes?
He does say that
We can radio you, and you can radio us if you get into any trouble.
because we do have a few SA-14s though. So I would keep your helicopter away from the castle just in case the general ends up going crazy like Yosef has.
The general knows we have a hind. And the general knows my hind will not come out unless it absolutely needs to.
Yeah, so an SA-14 is like a Stinger.
Yes. It is meant to take down aircraft, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool.
Very much know my Russian Russian weapon, seeing as I am part Russian.
Yep. All right. Anyone else we want to talk to?
No, I think it is just about time for the Marines to be calling in and then later for bulk calls to be getting back. So I think
Right.
we need to get back to the compound, but
Yeah, so the Marines call in at 1 o'clock. That was successful. They
Mhm.
called in and reported what was going on. They've met people in the salt mines, just to recap.
Mhm.
And you can let them know that the general has promised two recon groups and a anti-tank group,
Yes,
two was it OT-65 platoons, um, and
and an anti-tank battery to
anti-tank
head.
battery, yeah, anti-tank battery.
All
And
you have to
then
do is send the coordinates to them, and I
and
will.
do you let him know that the hip is on call with the oh he's gonna Andre for sure will send immediately, or not Andre, Adam will for sure send one of his platoons, or is it squads?
I thought they had squads. Anyways, he'll send people right away. I don't think we need a huge amount, but if we overwhelm them, maybe they'll give up easier. Because with our reconning, you need to let them know where you saw them all at, and you two can discuss it when they get there as to how you would wish to take care of it.
Oh wait, let me see. Dang it.
Because I think you can be trusted with taking care of the issues at the salt mine.
Right. So the Wartaw, so the 5-man headquarters is at the Wobble, and 3 15-man platoons, so they can send a platoon, and then the headquarters group will be on call to jump into the hip if necessary. So that includes Adam, actually.
Yes.
So the 15-man platoon is a sergeant, 2 6-man rifle squads, and a 2-man light machine gun section. And the headquarters is Adam, Dimitri, and three of his two clerks and a messenger who are veterans.
All right.
So so
That's
that's a
good.
that's a 15-man platoon, which includes a sergeant, 2 6-man rifle squads, and a 2-man light machine gun section. I don't know if you're writing that down, but
6-man rifle.
yeah. And the Ormo is sending you
Two scouts.
two scout car platoons with 8 men,
Yes. 8 men and an OT-65, and they're also
OT
sending
65 each.
an
They each have
anti,
an OT. They each have an OT 65.
yes, and an anti-tank battery. And then they'll send men up to help with the 20th.
Mm-hmm. And they were going to send an infantry group, 100 men.
Yes. 100 men up north.
Yep. And if you wanted to send a tank or something,
Yes.
or some artillery.
Well, he was going to send the rocket launchers, the MLRS.
Oh no, he's not going to send those. No, he's going to send an AT4 group.
All right, you can throw that in the chat. Then I think that just about wraps up what
Mm-hmm.
Kasha and Ren are doing in the background. Unless you want them to call Julian one more time,
I don't know. Um,
just to invite them. Invite them to the midnight mass.
Not yet.
At the
And then to the north,
And then
an infantry battalion.
I
Infantry.
think Florian would say is as soon as Volkov gets back, it'd be fun to go with that little German Rupert, and we can go for a hunting party. Get some meat for the winter, honey.
I don't know about that.
Or fishing.
Go fishing. Welcome likes a little German. He's not so little.
You like little German.
Oh yeah. Infantry company to the north. Maybe with a tank. So that'd be like a tank. I guess technically it would be a tank.
Well, we can work all of that
Tank
out though.
platoon. So
And our viewers can hit that like button if they like the fact that there's a lot of pre-planning that goes on with the Pre-Krakow Coalition.
Yep.
Versus just going in and fighting.
Right. Okay.
Building alliances and all that is a good thing.
Right. Okay.
I guess she could also ask if there's any word from the father that they went to meet up with as to whether or not he's bringing the group into Krakow for the winter.
They might join you guys at the airport.
Yeah.
But
she would let them know that they had reached out to them and told them that they could come, that way they don't get stopped and not allowed in.
Okay.
And they won't take their weapons, but I think that's it out of Kasha and Ren, unless you had something else you need them to do.
No. Yeah. No, I think we'll wait for the Julian invite, see if, because you don't know if they're going to send people or not, but you gave them the option to send people.
Strongly requested.
Yep.
Ren very strongly requested.
Right. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, we'll stop there for everyone.
Yep.
And until next time, good night and good rolling.
Thank you.